Hi everybody, this is Osprey from MyChartCoach.com, and in this video we're going to take a look at the cryptocurrencies. So right now we have Bitcoin has been pulling back. As you can see here, it's testing that $8,000 level. Yeah, the bears have been attacking. We've been putting out updates. As you can see here, this is the Bitstamp chart. Yeah, does it have the... Yeah, I guess this one doesn't have the annotations that I had earlier, but as you can see, what we're focused on right now are these two levels, and basically these three levels right here. This is the green line is the 50-day simple moving average, and the blue line is the 300-day simple moving average, and the pink line is EMA4. And so what the bulls needed to see happen here was a bounce off of the blue and green line. That happened yesterday, or actually now we're going on the new candle. So you would say on this candle right here on the 16th, there was the bounce and it was holding that level. It had been working on holding that level, but the big thing is it can't get above EMA4. Notice how all these candles are closing below that level. That signals the bears are in control. What we're waiting for is a close above to signal now it's time to enter Bitcoin again, or at least take a look at it, as long as it could turn into support and then get an uptrend going. But if you enter before EMA4 turns into support, you're taking on more downside risk. And so now the big thing is, are these levels going to turn into resistance? It needs to bounce back above. It has to get above this crucial level. 8,200. If 8,200 remains resistance, and then you've got at the top here is 83. This 8,200 to 8,300 resistance zone. If it can't break out above that 8,311 level, that's going to signal more downside risk. Now, this is the bright side. It is down. You've got 5 days down in a row, and so anytime that you're down, multiple days in a row, that sets it up for a technical bounce. And then the other bright thing is it's hitting this key support zone from back here in April, and so you could see there was a lot of trading going on here. Basically, you've got this 780 is the bottom down here, and so you want to see that level hold. That's going to be this 78.95 level. If it can stay above 7,900, that would be a victory, because what happens is if it drops below that 78.95 level, and it gets below all these candles below the support, then you could see a drop, going all the way down to the next key level, which would put it down here. And so that's then you're looking at 7,400 on deck. And what really it looks like could happen is it could retrace its way back to the 6,000s and retest the support down here. If I pull it out a little bit, you could see back down here the last time that this is the risk is you could see back here in March when on this candle on the 29th it closed below the blue line, which is the 300-day simple moving average, and that's what's happened yesterday. And we were posting this real time, putting out lots of alerts and warnings. And so the reason why is because look what happened last time. That was multiple days below that level. It took a while before it reversed. It did bounce, get back above the 300, and then it pulled back again. And so what could happen is you could have a similar type of action where it pulls down, it tries to get back above, fails, pulls back down again. It's just signaling more consolidation. Okay, so like what is going to be the catalyst to get Bitcoin going? If these levels turn into resistance, it's going to signal more downside risk. You're looking at 74.16, and then really the very bottom is down here at the 66. It's right around 6,600. Let's see, where's this close? Yeah, 6,617. So that 6,600 level would be like the ultimate bottom if it retraced down to the bottom there. So really, this is a crucial level. Notice how this was support back here in March as well. It bounced off of here before it broke down. So this green line here currently at 7,895 is a huge level, and so maybe this is where it's going to get a technical bounce. So keep an eye on it. If it does bounce, then it has to get above that 300 day simple moving average up here at 8,248 and above the 50-day simple moving average at 8,313. So it does have a lot of work to do. The bears are currently in control, and we'll see with this 5 days down in a row if it can get a technical bounce. They've been walking it down. There hasn't been a big drop. I mean, also look at the volume. Very light volume. There's just the buyers aren't stepping up. The buyers aren't stepping up to the plate here. So even with the Bitcoin conference that's going on, I believe that's in New York City this week, where people aren't putting their money where their mouth is because the baby's dropping. Okay, let's look at Bitcoin Cash here. Okay, so a lot of people are saying this is the way to go. Dump Bitcoin, and I'm not making a call anyway, but this is what other people are saying that are to get rid of Bitcoin and to go into Bitcoin Cash. If you had to pick between the two, Bitcoin Cash would be the way to go. And the chart does look currently more bullish because it is trading above the 50-day simple moving average. It's trading above the 100-day simple moving average. I mean, look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin dropped below the 100-day simple moving average back here on the 11th, and the 50-day simple moving average broke yesterday. So Bitcoin Cash is holding up much better. And look at the volume. The volume hasn't dropped off as much, today. It does have the declining volume as well, pattern going. So what you're looking for now is a bullish volume spike. Basically, what you want to see happen is that 300 the 50-day simple moving average hold. And so this 1118 level, 1120. You've got that should be a big support level. That's the top right here. This is where it should bounce. If it fails to hold this 1120 support zone, that would signal downside risk. The easy way to go is to wait until it closes above that pink line, and then that's currently at 1251. When it closes above that level, that would signal that it's possibly reversing. Similar to down here, you can get head faked out. You can see back here in April, it closed above EMA4, then dropped back below. But then once it finally turned into support back here in the second week of April, that's when the candle started riding EMA4 support higher. So right now, the computer algorithm program is set to sell, and it's not letting it get above that level. So it's cruising lower. And so sometimes it's better to try to just wait for that break above resistance and just have patience than it is to try to catch a falling knife. But if you were to catch a falling knife, 11,000 to the 1120 level would be a good place to do it. If that broke, just keep in mind that would signal major downside risk. Okay, let's look at ETH. This is Ethereum, and so yeah, this has been holding up, very well actually. As you can see here, it's currently holding the 100-day simple moving average. It's riding that line at 663. That's the gold line right here, and then it's just below that 200-day simple moving average at 681. So it needs to get back above that level, and then back above the EMA's 4, 8, and 13, and then it could get a bounce going. It's trying to hold it. Bitcoin dropped through. We look back at Bitcoin. It busted through that level. It wasn't able to hold, but you could see people are more stoked on Ethereum. A lot of people feel like Ethereum is gonna, has much more value in the long run. You're not hearing much people talk trash about Ethereum. It seems like the safe cryptocurrency as far as it being legit, and it's going to stick around for an extended period of time. But from a technical perspective, if it breaks that 100-day simple moving average, it fails to hold, and that 200-day simple moving average turns into resistance, then it's going to head lower. And what you're looking for is that 50-day simple moving average at 589, and then the 300-day simple moving average at 551. Those would be the two key support levels below. So keep that in mind. There's going to be big downside risk if that 100-day simple moving average turns into support along with that 200-day simple moving average. It's already a red flag. It's already been a risk to hold because it's riding below EMA's 4 and 8. And you can see here it closed above, but it failed to stay above and it pulled back. So sometimes it's best just to wait, see if it's really getting the reversal going, and then take your position. You might miss a few bucks. You might not get the bottom, but you're risking the downside if you wait to see that the trend has been confirmed that it's reversing. Just something to keep in mind. If you're playing the moving averages on the pullback, it has to hold. If it drops below and they turn into resistance, if you're holding long, you could get stuck with a bad entry point. So yeah, so down below is 589 and 551. Those are the two big levels to hold or bounce off of if this current 663 level fails to hold. Okay, let's look at Litecoin. So Litecoin is down here at the 300-day simple moving average. It's been pulling back big time too. It tried to get the reversal going. You see the little head fake here on the 14th, and it pulled back. It closed below that 50-day simple moving average yesterday, and then today it's coming down to the 300-day simple moving average average, that blue line, and so that's going to be the big level to hold. It has to hold this 127 support zone. This is it right down here. If it fails to hold that 127 support zone, the chart is totally broken. So look for a technical bounce off that level. What could happen is if it breaks through that, you could see the recent lows from April retested, and so it could drop all the way down to 112. So you're shooting for a technical bounce off the blue line, and you could see that was resistance back here. So this should be support, since this was resistance. It should be, but you never know. It could keep dropping lower. So if it fails to hold 127, shoot for the 112s. Okay, let's look at XRP. Okay, yeah, this one is pulling back as well. It also closed below that 50-day simple moving average. You can see all these candles were struggling to hold that green line. The 50-day simple moving average is currently at 70 cents. And so now it's down to this 300-day simple moving average. And so that's the next big target. It's down here around basically 63 cents, we'll call it, to make it easy. And so it needs to hold that 63 level. If that failed to hold, what the downside risk is, it comes down here and it tests the next key support level, which was this prior resistance level down here around 55 cents. And then the ultimate pullback. I mean, if all the cryptocurrencies pull back and the downside risk is they retest those lows from before. So that's the downside risk, is it comes all the way down and it tests that 47 cents. Well, what you want to see on all these charts is a higher low on this pullback. It went up, it pulled down. If it bounces off of here, even if it bounces off of 54, and you could draw an ascending support line, okay, and it's showing that it was holding support. If it came down here and bounced off of this, that would be good. Then this would be a normal correction during an uptrend. Had a nice run, a fib retrace, bounce off support, push higher. That is very possible. But if it comes down and retests the lows, that's going to be a red flag. We can do that on all of these charts. The same thing. You don't want to. You want to see a higher low made on these pullbacks, and then that's gonna tell you that this is just a correction from an uptrend. But if they come back down and they test, I mean, this one I don't even have to do that because it's still so high up on the chart. Look at the V-shaped recovery. I mean, Ethereum is looking much stronger, and then if we look here at Bitcoin Cash, the same kind of thing. Look at that V-shaped recovery. This it has fib retrace, but not huge. I mean, I would really look at that 1120 level as that 1100. The 1100 zone should be a big support zone, and then I don't even need to draw that. But for Bitcoin, that could be very crucial. Is if it could just like hold this zone down here, and then make a higher low on the pullback. And then when you look at it from that perspective, it ran up to 980, pulls back to 8,000, bounces off, and it could push to the next level. It made a higher low. If it comes all the way back down and tests 6,000, that would be a red flag, because you have, what looks like it has the bottom, and then it has another bottom at that level. If you came down and tested it again, it could bust through and head lower. So that's not what the bulls want. Okay, so if we look back up here at so we looked at Litecoin. So Litecoin has to bounce off that 127 level, and then take a look at XRP here. This is Ripple. So Ripple's coming down, and what you want to see is a bounce off that 300-day simple moving average, like we just said. And then if you look at Monero has broken through the 300-day simple moving average. So you can see it dropped below the blue line yesterday. So this is one of the more bearish charts. This has been really hammered. It's coming down here near these recent lows. It really needs to hold this support zone here. You want to get a higher low on this dip. You don't want this making a retesting that prior lows. That would be a big red flag. Because then it could break through support and head lower. It would signal more of a downtrend than trying to get a new uptrend going. Because if you look here on if you draw a resistance line here across the top of these candles, you can see here, that one's not so good. But yeah, you could see here it's I did it too close. But yeah, you could see that with the it's got a symmetrical triangle type pattern going. And so what you don't want to have happen is have the you don't want to see this come all the way down and form a descending triangle. If this came down, if it came all the way down to here and tested this support, then you're looking more like a descending triangle, and that's signaling more up for, who knows, it could break down lower. So the bottom line is that Monero needs to hold this 300-day simple moving average at 194. That's the big support level. If it breaks, look for a bounce down here around 162.50, a retest of those lows. Okay, let's look at Dash here. So Dash has the similar kind of pattern where it's been breaking down, and so you can see it's below all the moving averages. On this chart, the 50-day simple moving average was the bottom moving average. You can see it actually had the death cross. Okay, look over here. The green line crossed the red line. The 50-day simple moving average crossed the 200-day simple moving average to the downside. So that was the death cross, and then it crossed over the 300-day simple moving average, and now it's hooking back up. And so what you want to see now is that 50-day simple moving average shoot through the 100-day simple moving average and start heading higher. It did retrace. It's down here. This is the bottom support level. This is where it needs to hold. It needs to hold this 385 support zone. You know, if that broke, you know, you could see it pull back and test these prior levels. You know, this is going to be a big zone down here, and then you could possibly get a drop all the way down here to this. What is this down here? This is like 283. So you know, this is a big support zone. If you look where it's at right now, it's hitting support from back here, and so you can see where this was a support level from back in what is this? Back in March. You can see where before it broke down, and so here it is. It's trying to hold that level again. You know, if it could hold this level again, that would be bullish. You know, if it breaks below this 385 level, you've got 357. You know, you've got this 340 right here, but you could see it drop all the way down to the 280s. Okay, let's look at EOS. Yeah, so this one is heading lower, right? So it's got the downtrend going. It's riding EMA4 resistance lower, but it's much more bullish than most of the charts that we looked at. It's still above the 50-day simple moving average. It's above the 50, the 100, the 200, and the 300-day simple moving averages. I mean, you have the 50 just crossed over the 100. This is a little bit stronger, even though it's pulled back. So what you're looking for now is you want to see that 50-day simple moving average at $12 hold, and then you want to see a break above the EMA4 at 1273. If it can close above 1273 and hold 12, that'll signal upside potential. If it drops below 12, the downside risk is it comes down to this 100-day simple moving average at 967. You know, it could find some support down here in this 1145 level. But yeah, the big risk is that it comes down and it hits this support zone down here at 967. So yeah, this is going to be a crucial level for EOS, so keep an eye on it. If it can hold the 12 support zone, it could get a reversal going. And then let's take a look at ADA here. This stock, you know, it's pulled back. You know, it had that big run up back in December, like all of them retraced, and then you can see here it's trying to bounce and make the higher low. So you want to see a higher low here. It's hitting the key support. It's at the 100 and 200 simple moving averages. So if it can hold this 3 level, that would be super bullish. If it breaks below 3 and starts getting in the 2.9s and 2.8s, that's going to signal downside risk. It's been riding that pink line the entire time, you know, EMA4 right there, and so it has to break that level. Basically, above 3 would signal that it's bouncing. If it drops below 3, that's going to signal the bears are still clearly in control. And then finally, let's look at XLM. This has not been trading for a very long time. It had that big pullback, or at least this chart. That's what this chart is showing. I thought this was trading longer than this, but for some reason this is the data that I have on this chart, and so this is the XLM Bitcoin BTC.X chart, and so you had a big pullback, a big bounce on the 12th, and then now it's pulled back again. And so what you're looking for is a bounce down here off of the where it bounced before. You can see that was the open. It's trying to bounce off of that now, and then basically down here is the low close. This 3.7 level. Keep an eye on 3.7 for another bounce off of that level, possibly. You know, if it gets down there below 3.7 and it drops below that open down there at on the 12th at 3.67, that would be a major red flag. So yeah, XLM has been under a big bear raid here, and it has to get above EMA4 at 3.9, this 3.9 level, to get the reversal going. So keep an eye on it. It's trying to find support here, and we'll see if it can get a bounce going. So yeah, Bitcoin, this is going to be a crucial level on the chart. We'll see if it can get a bounce or if it's going to keep heading lower. Okay, so 5 days down and rebound is usually a good bounce play setup. We'll see if Bitcoin can hold support here and follow through. Okay, thanks for viewing this video.